Alright, welcome back to D5 Questing, everybody. Today's episode is brought to you by idiocy. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. I don't think we have.
It's a good thing this is a
We
small
did the
group.
meetings one. That's probably what you're
Yeah,
thinking.
we did do the meetings one. None of us as stupid as the rest. As all of us.
When we're up, yeah.
That one is true though.
That's true.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
I've always said that.
You have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In any case,
That's like a who smelt it, dealt it.
Yeah, and that's true too. That is true every single time. Let's see. Let's have Rav do our recap today. How do you feel about that, Rav?
That's good. I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so last time we went through our court case. We had a legal battle that I've never been through one of those before, which was quite unique. We had Mordax provide legal counsel on our behalf to the court, which was Chief Lamoral sitting up front. And we had to go up against Arendor. And Arendor lost. He got turned to stone.
Willingly.
Yep.
Against his will. Because he never said, I want this. So
I wish you would have said at the end that he did it. Like, clearly.
yeah.
Oh.
But he didn't.
Oh.
So
we actually don't know for sure who done it.
I don't
we
give a
saw
crap,
the
though. I mean, we're cleared of
chieftain
charges, so.
reach underneath of his robes and shot his hand out towards Arendor and boom, stone. Like
Fondle dependent.
We imagine so.
if you want to use that term, yes.
Not all of us
So-
saw that.
Yeah, basically the entire
But they haven't
episode
told us
was the court case preparations for it, and we are caught up now. We don't know what's going to happen to us.
I do.
So I think we shall
You
find
think
out-
you do?
Yeah.
You don't know if we're
you
gonna go
do, yeah.
jump
We
off
could,
a cliff
uh,
or something.
Find out
Yeah,
what's
you
going
don't
to happen
control
to the
me.
troop. Well,
I don't think you're gonna go jump off a cliff. I'm about 99.9% sure.
Oh, there's still point
Wow.
one.
Wow.
There's still
Challenge
point one.
hear that guy?
acceptance.
I'm pretty sure we could have a promo about that.
just to prove it wrong, you're going to jump off a cliff, aren't you?
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I could jump off that cliff and survive.
We'll see.
All right.
Shark.
So, over to you.
Wow, thank you. I
There's a bull shark.
appreciate that.
Watch
What
out
did you
for
guys
that.
think of those fake tears welling up from
Hey,
old Arendor?
there have not been any fake tears.
It was never confirmed
From
that they were
Eredorn.
fake.
From Eredorn.
No, the DM gave a rousing performance. For
I
his-
sure did. Was I standing for that? I think
You
I
were.
was.
You were
Yeah.
standing for it.
And
That
I
was
got a
good.
hero point for that.
You even had.
I got a hero
sweeping-
point?
I did. You deserve a hero point for
Do you
that.
I
want a hero
should.
point? You got a hero point.
Thank you. So I get one
Everyone
from you
gets a
and
hero
one
point.
from John.
Yeah.
So you
Hero
guys
point.
don't get one this episode
No, you're welcome
I get to use
reuse
them
those hero points on
against you.
You get a hero point. You get a hero point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
Perfect.
can always re-roll for a lower number. I appreciate
Try
that.
your best to foil our plans.
Okay. Nat 20.
We'll decide.
So, oh, no joke. I
Ladies
kid
and
you
gentlemen,
not.
he did not look at the dice. He just announced the number.
Our
And,
our
uh,
DM, our
And-
DM here.
It is nat
Kids you
20.
know.
100% Nat 20. So,
Good thing he rolled for nothing.
nope. Plans are foiled.
Here comes the rebellion.
So,
All right.
we start this episode in the courtroom.
Si, senor.
And, Eredor was just turned to stone, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Eredor was just turned to stone. After that, Chieftain Lamrel says, "May you find peace in the Green Dragon," and then he offers that bow/salute to the statue, and everybody in attendance does so as well.
Yep, I'm in attendance. I'm doing
And
it.
this is a full prostrate on the ground.
What
Well,
what
like knees
statue?
down, hands out towards it.
Yep.
Cool.
Happening.
What statue? Where's the statue at?
It's up on the podium.
It's on. Yeah, it's
Hey,
on,
he's
the
on.
podium.
He came up on the podium.
Eredor.
And that's where he did it.
Oh.
So there,
He's
yeah.
on. He was right. He was like this, and then he's on like boogie boogie.
Boogie boogie.
I just kind of,
Yeah.
I just kind of watch and just kind of just like, well, what's going on?
No,
Spit at the statue.
Yeah, I prostrate
I get my
myself.
prostrate on.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm down there too. Full blown prostration.
Okay.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, bro.
Like I am kissing the stone.
Taking a
floor,
nap.
like,
Maybe a little. Maybe a little seizing.
But Mordax does not.
Mordax. Well, I guess everyone else is doing it. I'll just go ahead and go get down. I mean,
You gonna
I'm
get
not
shuffled
too
down?
happy with this guy because he did kill my man. You know,
Even the old guy, the old guard.
Wait, wouldn't you be happy that the guy that killed your guy finally got his just desserts?
I don't want to respect him. That's what it sounded like. They were
respect
just-
him.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
it's the Green Dragon.
Oh, is that
man.
what? Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that. Okay. All right.
To the Green Dragon.
So I was
I
too
do
busy being
interpretation.
enraged.
I missed the green dragon part. Okay.
I miss the Green Dragon too. Maybe
I think we
Maybe
all
we should go find him.
maybe he'll make an appearance.
That'd be a problem.
only to the non-believers.
Oh.
Shun.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So Chieftain Lamrel, after staying down for a moment, stands back up and dismisses everybody. So everybody else kind of gets up, but he turns to you four and says, "Please stay around. I'd like to have a word with you four for a minute." Yeah.
Straighten up and
Yeah, we know. We all know you cheated on the test, basically. So
how
Prove
did you
it.
cheat?
What test?
what?
No, he's joking.
He's making me.
It's
Yeah.
not, it's not him.
I know.
He was being
I know he
facetious,
was. That's why I was like, "What test? Tell me now."
So everybody kind of filters out, and do you guys leave or do you stay?
He asked us
I'm
to
gonna
stay.
stay. Yeah.
Okay, he did ask, but don't want to assume and take away your free agents.
I'm just trying to sneak out.
Don't want to stop him
blend
from
in.
jumping off a cliff.
Jumping
I
off the
blend in
cliff.
with everybody, so I'm like, I'm out.
A goblin blends with a bunch of elves.
Yeah.
That is a smooth talking
Hood up.
goblin.
Everyone, okay, I believe it.
We'll let a child in here.
The tree knows best.
It's the ears. It's the ears.
Anyway,
Anyway, so Chieftain Lamrel comes down, and he exits out the backside, and he enters in through where you guys entered in. So he's down on ground level with you guys, and an earthquake happened.
Not
down on
really.
ground level with you guys, and he's I appreciate what you guys did in the trial. Thank you for your honesty, and I'm sorry for putting you through that.
Rav looks over at him and says, "Thank you, but we understand your position. You just couldn't let such a big thing go without, doing what you did."
You still can. Agreed.
ditto.
Agreed.
Great, now it's canonized.
Who is this ditto? You
Torvo dittos.
stamp it, print it.
Where's that pink blubbery thing?
So he says, "You guys, it must have been strange for you to witness. I don't know if you've been around a legal system like that before, but that's how we do things around here. Mordax, you handled your case very well.
Thank you. I do have a little background in this type of thing, so it was. Thank you for that compliment.
I'd love to hear about that sometime, but maybe later." The performance was a little rusty. It seemed like you maybe rolled a little low, like you haven't done it for a while, but you got your point across.
Fourth wall.
I rolled a little low.
It's a saying that we have here in South
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It's like it's embarrassing when you roll around in the dirt. So rolling low,
Rolling low.
rolling low. So do you have any questions about how the trial went?
I got a question for you. Does Does this always happen? You turn someone to stone like that?
In the most extreme circumstances like this, yes, that's typically the punishment. You know, obviously, murder is a very severe circumstance, and of course, that needs to be met in kind. But he'll be sacrificed to the green dragon.
How is it possible that you were able to do that?
With the power, the chieftain of Stoneform Village has always been able to wield such power and give that power to a few others in the village, and so I have it, as does a few others.
I saw you put your hand under your robe when you were doing it, and just wondering what that was about.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, never mind.
Nothing. He didn't say anything. He was misspeaking.
He kind of
Darn that. Durf.
looks at you a little bit, and says, "Please excuse me for just a minute," and walks out into the hall.
Gosh dang it. So everybody knows, here in the group, when Durfee was saying that, everybody's lips puckered, and we all went wide-eyed and looked at each other.
Remember, Durfee has low intelligence.
And also remember, I mean, we did know something was going to happen. Something like a raindrop.
I want to know, how many of you guys thought that you'd be found guilty? Did anybody think I was setting you up?
No.
No.
Oh,
I was...
At least one of us.
I was actually...
I was thinking you were going to kill off the monk.
somebody thought that.
I wasn't ready to... I didn't think that we were necessarily going to lose, but I personally was ready to exact justice.
He's going to kick him out.
However that would have been.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that's fair, I suppose.
Is Chiefy Wisana-san going to come back in and?
With some guards, maybe.
He does come back in, and when he does, he kind of goes back up to the group and says, "Well, I as I was thinking about what we've done together so far and what you guys have done since you've been here, we never got to finish that tour of the caverns. So I'd like to continue that if you don't mind."
Are there any guards?
Yes.
Chief Lamrell.
Are you asking him?
Would it be possible
He's asking the
if
guards.
if we got our items back?
Yeah, you can get them back in a minute.
Your guard's got them holding them right in his hand there.
They're not. You
They're
don't
not.
know where the items are.
Okay.
Chief Lamerall, if I may, how often have you seen these kind of atrocities happen in your village?
Murder?
Or something to that extent?
Probably about once every 7 years or so.
Every now and again.
What an
just
odd
some-
number.
We don't really keep track of statistics all that much in here.
Chief
So you'd
Lamrell.
say it's very uncommon.
Yes, it's fairly uncommon.
Years.
We tend to be a pretty close knit group, family, this tribe, and it's always distressing when something like this happens. You know, the world is shrinking, and especially those of the Tarragon faith. More and more people seem to be joining the partisans, and as such, occasionally we'll lose a tribe member who decides to change faith.
Lamrell, but you do realize on the opposite side, there are those that are coming to the Tarragon faith as well.
I'd like to see your data on that.
One right here.
Oh, snap.
I suppose.
About once every 7 years.
I don't know if you've picked up on that yet, but yeah, literally in the last couple episodes have really gone for that.
Gotcha.
Become a dragon
Gotcha.
worshiper.
Yeah.
No, and I don't doubt that, but it's definitely seems as though there are fewer and fewer of us dragon worshippers.
How are those treated who seem to change to the Paragon faith? Are they free to leave?
That change to the partisan faith?
That's what I meant.
Those that change to the Tarragon faith are welcome with open arms. Those that change to the partisan faith typically leave and just are exiled themselves.
All right.
But let's continue with the tour. Let's continue with the tour. Where were we?
We had just seen Caladrel.
You know what? Let's start from the beginning.
Oh,
Clear back to the beginning.
once upon a time there was a planet.
And there
So,
were wars,
let's,
and then
uh,
we took their city.
Oh, wait. Backstory that we don't know
We
yet.
don't talk about that.
What is this?
You want to start at the beginning?
Oh,
Back to Richard.
John was handing me like the original. This is the world. So he kind of leads you to the willing sacrifice quarters again, and there are 2 guards in front of him and 2 guards behind him, and then you guys. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then behind you guys are probably like 2 or 3 more guards. What is that?
I got a
Perception check.
25 on perception. I just want to see.
What's the mood?
Yeah. Can I kind of essentially sense motive on everybody? Like what are their? Do they all seem pretty chill? Like this is just normal, or does it feel
Are they
like there's an
hesitant?
intent?
Yeah.
What I'm basically trying to gain is, after he left the room, and now that we have a guarded escort, can I kind of notice
There were
that
guards. There were guards in the room the whole
Yes.
time. So really, since the trial, you guys haven't been.
Right. What I'm trying to basically try to get a feel of is this an intentional, they're leading us now somewhere, or is this more kind of like, yeah, we're all just chilling and this is the Pope's guard?
Gotcha.
I also rolled a 25. If that helps.
I rolled a 3, but I was looking for our weapons.
You guys, you do this. I think this wall's hollow. They might be behind there.
If video games would tell me anything.
So you do just kind of a general sense motive, get a feel.
Yeah, what is kind of the air of the room? I mean, we were just prisoners, basically. Somebody said something that definitely put a foot in a mouth, and we all knew that. And now we're going deeper into the cave that they said the cave's holy, don't go deeper in the cave.
Well, he led you back towards the front.
That's cool. I'm just,
So the general, you get the feeling that something's off.
like apprehensive?
Like, are you feeling apprehensive?
No, are they?
Are they trying to apprehend you?
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of gray area.
Are you gonna be that type of DM?
I just want to make sure that I answer. That I understand what you're asking.
I just definitely want to know, are we about to end up in a weird situation then?
Is it awkward?
It's tense. The feeling that you get and is definitely a tense feeling.
Off of everyone?
Off of basically everybody.
Okay.
You don't know, however, if it's just because of recent events or future events.
Rav
I can dig it.
speaks up and hey, you guys remember
Why is
that
everyone
time
so
when
glum?
Mordax defeated Marlin in that arm wrestling competition? That was pretty good. That was really good, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it was.
Too soon.
Yeah, you hear somebody in the back, one of the guards, too soon.
Not too soon.
Yeah, it is not met with laughter or, oh yeah.
A terse kind of shuffling of awkward feet.
It's just kind of like,
"Yeah, what do we do with that information?
yeah.
Trying to lighten the mood.
That was good.
Yeah, no, no.
That was a good
That's
attempt.
horribly.
That was a good attempt.
You could have done a check, deception check.
Anyway, so you get to the willing sacrifice chambers, and he goes through his same speech that he has before. That a willing sacrifice is more important and a lot more gooder
Gooder.
And
Then,
Calijo comes out again.
This is the bestest.
Huddle up.
A willing sacrifice is much better than an otherwise sacrifice. And we see with Eridor that he became a willing sacrifice, and as such, he will be welcomed back to the Green Dragon with open wings. Are there any here that wish to join him now that you see his fate?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Like,
Hard pass, hard as stone.
Yeah.
Too soon.
thanks for the offer,
Rab's not eager to.
and I appreciate it.
Okay. I understand that the quarters aren't much to look at, but let's see, it's not the point of luxurious quarters. But let me kind of give you a little bit more of a tour of the facility, and perhaps along the way, one of you or all of you might change your mind. So he goes on to back to the
Like lambs to the slaughter.
Continue.
he goes back to the preparation room, and explains that a little bit more. And are you still looking for those weapons?
Yes, I got a 5. It's getting better.
And he says, we don't typically show this to very many people, but if you'd like, you can look inside the fountain, the cleansing fountain, and look inside there.
Is there a reason why we're so special?
I just want to give you every opportunity to change your mind here. I think there is something special about at least one of you.
I'm okay. I think I don't need to look. So, but thank you for offering.
Well, I appreciate your discernment of us. I would rather that we all just continue on our way.
I'm good. I feel like we've done our jobs here. I don't want to look.
Let me at least continue on with the tour. So you guys leave the preparation chamber and go back into the sacrificial chamber. And
7 or 19 now on my perception check for our weapons.
still nothing.
Dang it.
They are not in the sacrificial room.
You need a nat 60?
You can clearly
Eridor's
see.
turned back and he's carrying your weapon.
Hey.
So you go back into the sacrificial chamber. And in the sacrificial chamber, he says, I did my best to provide a way for you to sacrifice on your own, a way for you to rectify the wrongs you've committed and cleanse yourselves. But you leave me no choice. And as he says that, you kind of look around and the guards have started moving in. As the challenges progressed, one thing became very apparent. At least one of you has magic. Although I know you're innocent of the murder, the only way you could have performed so well in those tests is for somebody to have used magic. And to use magic so selfishly is simply something that I cannot abide. I know one of you has magic, and until we figure out who it is, you'll spend some time in the dungeon. Guards, take them away.
Yeah, no.
Do you
We're
resist?
going to the dungeon.
Roll initiative if you're going to resist.
That did a real 180 on us, and we don't have any weapons, so you're going to be pretty much.
Well, that's
fighting
what
by
I'm.
yourself.
I'm.
We have a better opportunity at overthrowing a few guards than
That's
all of them.
that's what I'm at. I'm like, we got 4 guards.
No, we got 7 guards.
Do we? Oh, is it 7?
They're
Yep.
10.
10.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just
Cool.
go to the dungeon. You
Go to a dungeon.
lock pick or something
I'll-
like
yeah, I'll
that.
keep
There
the door
were
open.
there were the
Watch it.
two in front of him, the 2 behind,
Okay.
and then there were 4 behind you guys, and then
Oh.
2 more came in.
Okay.
Okay.
See.
And Chieftain Lamrel can turn people to stone. So
Yeah, well, I mean, what I was actually gonna roll for was to see on a perception check where that was at, and then I was gonna attempt to snatch that stinking thing off of his neck
Turn them all to stone.
or rip
Oh,
his
wait.
throat
I
out.
don't know how this works.
you're welcome to roll initiative if you'd like.
Rip his throat out. That's all I want. And then stab, 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 stab.
Rav runs to his cell.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Can I mean, I guess it would be a diplomacy or persuasion to try and attempt him to not.
I suppose you can.
Yes, like but I don't got really nothing besides.
Besides, please don't.
Yeah. This is silly without Conan.
No.
You don't have any founded evidence.
No.
So, I guess we go.
I looked to all my counterparts and non-verbal cues of how they look. There you go. Because we can't huddle up.
You remember that thing about the chamber and the water going out of it?
Rav was
Pretty sure we all will get a pick as well.
We all should have gone to the preparation chamber.
Because that's how it works.
It always happens.
Jump.
Although that would have been
Welcome to jail. Here's your pick.
Like,
Yeah, you have no idea if that actually goes out. You assume it does, but you don't know anything from point A to point B.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we're
going
to the dungeon.
We're going willingly to the dungeon.
We're going. We're
To the dungeon.
going to the dungeon. All
I
right.
prefer to think of it as a
I'm
function.
I'm
There's
glad.
a party in the dungeon.
I'm glad you guys said so. Go ahead and hand me those maps.
Oh boy, it's dungeon time.
We
I wanted a dungeon crawl.
this kind of dungeon crawl. Okay.
So,
I have a +6 for dungeoning,
Dungeoning.
Dungeoneering.
and
you can roll that if you'd like.
and for also for being in the prison.
Dungeon
I can tell
engineering.
what kind of bars those are that they're using.
3/4 inch.
Everything's food to me. I'm just
That's.
I start smiting through. I don't know. It's good. I can make myself smaller.
No, you can't.
Okay.
I can be 3 feet.
So you find yourselves in the dungeon. Dun dun dun.
Down in the dungeon.
I gotta take my earbud out now because I'm putting down another map.
He's getting serious here.
Oh man, my heart is beating probably harder than your guys.
Sure it is. Because you know that it's going to happen.
Shaking. All right.
Chills. Literal chills.
Dungeon.
This is probably what I have looked forward to most about today. Is this moment right here? So this is the dungeon.
We should have just
He got
thought
the
of
lowest
this
point
then.
then.
I like that in particular.
We need to get a
So-
picture of the. We need to get a picture of it. But after all of our characters are on there.
You enter the dungeon. So in here, that's the room that you, or that's the hallway. So so you guys walked down that hall. You walked past another door on your right.
That's about how I
You walked past another door.
tumble through.
I'm listening.
You walk past another door on your right, and then you turn left, which would be this hall right here that you can't see yet. And so you came from this way, turned left right here. You notice that this went down, had a turn off to the right and a turn off to the left.
And we're deeper in, right?
Yeah, you slope down a little bit, not much, but you're deeper into the cave. So the entrance of the cave is back here.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And
Let it be shown that he was like 5 feet away from where we were. So to scale, that's like
million feet.
a lot.
Anyways, and so you walked through 2 locked doors and then the actual bars to the prison. Okay, so
Perception check.
okay, just hold that number in your head. So he turns to you guys. Chieftain Lamrel does after the bars have been locked. He turns to you guys and says, "We know one of you is a magic user, and it's only a matter of time before we find out who. I ask one more time for you to give up the charade and come forward as a willing sacrifice. If you do so, your friends will not suffer too much.
But Chief, if you're the one using magic, why aren't you a sacrifice?
Someone needs to lead the village."
You said there's others that have magic. Why can't it be them?
Why can't it be them? Everybody else in the village who has magic has been accounted for. Everybody knows the bounds of their magic use. Nobody in the village has used their magic selfishly as you guys have. You guys, that's pretty that's a nice touch, you guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised they didn't just call us gobos again.
so then he he turns to one of the guards and starts to whisper something.
25.
19.
You and your 20s.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. They're not counting it like the awesomeness.
23.
Um,
5.
so those that,
That checks out.
so those that rolled above a 20 hear him whisper, "Remain outside. Leave them be until morning, unless you hear tampering."
Oh, 7, I mean.
Tampering.
He looks one more time at you four and leaves.
Rob waves goodbye.
Flips him right off.
What would that mean in this world? Peace
Look
be
at
with
Number
you.
one.
Look at my magic bird.
You're right. I am number one.
What a weird gesture.
Okay.
That's waves.
Look at my magic bird.
So
What an eccentric
There's one
performance.
guard.
all the guards leave with him.
So nobody's down here?
Just you guys.
But we're to assume that there's some, because of what he just said, that there's probably somebody up the hall.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd imagine. I mean, I don't want to make presumptions
Is this
for you.
lighted? in any
Perce-
way?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So-
perception check on the cell,
On the cell. Okay.
or at least what can we natural?
Okay. All
I,
right. Go ahead and
real
roll.
fast, I relate to the group what I just heard after they all leave out of earshot. So they all know what he said.
25.
25 on perception.
Yeah.
Perception. Okay. So this dungeon, again, this is set up to scale. So each single individual square is 1 foot, and so the more bold lines is a 5 foot by 5 foot square. In the dungeon, you find, so it's huge, pretty big, pretty big. Mostly because when I
No,
was
we're
making this in
pretty big.
Minecraft,
We're
I
giants.
couldn't make the cells as small as I wanted.
It's
So
a
I was like,
40
foot cell.
basically just
40.
let's say 10, 20. It's 30, so that's 30
by
there.
40.
It's some dimension,
Yeah.
some dimension.
Roughly 30 by 40.
Enough for each of us to have our own corner.
What's the, okay, what's it, just describe it.
And one more for the dead guy.
We
So-
need to establish a P corner.
In here,
It's not on mine.
in here, you see these are all bars right through here, ceiling to floor, and they look pretty sturdy, pretty strong, and they're set in the walls. This is
Go ahead.
this is a torch, a crackling torch, off to the side, providing the only illumination in the room. Right here is another prisoner that is kind of
Mounted manacles on the wall.
bound in manacles on the wall. And he so he's left standing, but you can tell he's been there for a while. So he's doing the like resting on his wrists type thing because he's been there for a while. He sees you come in and starts to moan a little bit.
Good for him.
You tell he's probably middle-aged, middle to late.
Fantastic.
But you don't know if it's as a result of being in the dungeon so long, or if it's his natural age.
And race?
Elven. Right here, you see a dead body.
Cool.
And you see some rats that are noisily, Morse code eating him away.
Oh, sweet.
Morse code is
Too bad none of you guys speak Morse code, but they're squeaking away pretty happy at
I've got more slower.
this meal. You'll notice that one of his arms is gone. If you look closer, then that's not a result of the rats eating it. He was missing an arm before he came in. In this corner, there's a bunch of dirty hay that has just kind of been cast to the side. Bed here, made out of straw.
Dibs.
No pillow.
I'm on it, bro.
And then in the middle, you see chamber pot catching drops of water.
That was very nice.
What type of water?
Yeah.
Water from the ceiling.
Icky.
Cool.
No, that.
Gonna have to roll a Constitution save on that one. Fortitude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to that body, pick out a nice rib, and start filing it down.
Join the rats.
Well, no, I'm gonna file it down.
Okay.
What is the black circle in the middle?
That's the chamber pot.
Okay. Cool. Is it half?
Well, is it chamber pot or is it just
It's a-
drip catcher? What is
Well,
it? Chamber
I'm sure-
pot infers that it's for
I'm sure at some
Chamber
point
potting.
it was used for that, and if you look in there, I mean, you take a look in there and see if there's any
If it gets
floaters.
Okay, is there anything that becomes more apparent with dark vision?
No.
Okay.
Having been a thief before, I've
What
probably
is-
seen my share of dungeons. Do I have any? I don't have more.
What? Lord been in prison before?
Lore
Dungeoneering.
Alright. What's the width of the bars?
Width of the bars, like
Yeah.
diameter of them.
Yeah, is it shoulder width, you know?
Oh, they're crisscrossed like a portcullis.
For real? Giving like how much opening?
Enough that you might be able to stick your head through. It's kind of
So,
weird.
the
You're
only
not
way in
sticking
or out-
you can't get your shoulders through.
Incorrect.
So you're saying it's
That'd be
sturdy
nice.
enough, the only way in and out is through the gate that we enter through.
If you can, by the way, say you do not, if you can stick your head through something, your whole body can fit. So you'd actually want to say that your head can't fit through, but your shoulder can fit.
You can't fit through.
There you go.
Don't care.
But it's sturdy enough.
Doesn't
that
mean we
the
can't
only way, You know, we're going to be walking through the
Not
gate.
to
in order
prove
to
it
get
wrong,
out
you
there.
roll up.
Yeah, if you try and go through
punch you through.
that, then that's going to be your best route is to figure out some way to open the gate.
A half-barrel hedge.
The proper amount of leverage.
No, Rav is
Meanwhile,
still-
I'm still over there shiving down a bone.
guys, I'm going to start gathering up this hay over here.
You're gonna need a
I'm
real
gonna
craft.
push it through the bars and over towards
I'm fine with that.
the front of the doors.
Okay.
So,
Why?
Got a 16 on crafting on it.
Can I ask why? What's the point of moving the hay?
what's the point of
Yeah,
moving hay?
moving the hay over by the door. Like I don't understand. Just cause
Hey, is it damp?
this feng shui
Hold on,
is
is it
not
damp or does it feel like it could be lit on fire?
the hay.
Yeah.
You could probably light it on fire.
Okay.
But again, you're in a stone dungeon, and so
Yeah.
We have a magic user.
With no out of smoke. Yeah.
it's true. It's true.
They wouldn't want their magic user that could be used as a sacrifice to die.
Hey, I'm just saying. Worst
And
case
if it's
worst,
pushed over in front
we
of
smoked them.
Do you want me to
once,
threaten
so-
you?
It's pushed over in front of the door.
I don't know.
I could put you in an arm lock.
Is that
Still making
bed
a shiv.
that the decrepit corpse on? Is that movable?
Yeah.
Anybody else want a shiv?
You're not too intelligent. How did
Yeah,
you
it's
figure
another.
that
It's
out?
another like straw mattress that's kind of falling apart.
I've got survival smarts.
I'm going to take that mattress as well that Torvo was sitting on and try and shove as much as that through the bars as well to get in front of the door. So we've got a nice little pile of burnables in front of the door.
We can talk about what we're doing first before you get all rapid action, man.
Still shiving a bone down.
Do I have a pick?
Despite what your character looks like, you do not have a pick.
So Rav's he's going to share his plan now. What he's thinking is we got to get out of this cage because either way we're all going to be turned to stone, sacrificed, and that ain't happening. So I'm going to use my prestidigitation, minor magic, to create a small fire, and we're going to light this thing up, and then call for fire, 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 and hopefully a guard comes charging in, and it's only 5 feet across. We can, you know, if he's caught off guard with the fire, he's going to jump towards the cell. We can grab him,
Burn it.
shiv him, and grab the keys and, you know, unlock the gate and get out. Right? It doesn't have to be a big fire. It just has to produce enough smoke to get attention.
I have some. I was a
trained.
thief.
I can
Oh,
craft
I'm
a
not
shiv.
trained,
Yeah, but you have to be trained in order to pick
no.
it up.
I mean, before we start that,
Well, unless
maybe
that guard
we
has
should-
keys.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We could go
we're
and
gonna
try-
grab the keys off the guard.
We
He's the
could,
one that locked us in.
we could try and
Well,
talk to
Well,
this one guy.
supposedly, I don't know.
I'm saying, yes, but if we're gonna hand off hypothetical situations, let's talk through our hypothetical situations.
Still making a
That was
shiv.
Rav's plan.
That's fine.
There's
I'm down
Rav's.
with it.
I haven't lit anything yet.
Are you still talking in third person?
All over the place. Sorry. Rab's over there rambling to himself.
Yeah, right. We're gonna stop him here.
Since we have plenty of time, do I really need to roll any big perception checks just to see the condition of the gate?
You want to look at the gate?
Yeah. And how well it's latched and the hinges on it, everything like that.
It looks fairly sturdy.
Does it look well maintained?
Yeah.
Really? So they F the inside, but at least they're gonna maintain the gate.
Okay.
I relate to the group.
I don't think I can kick that off its hinges.
Can we talk to the guy at all?
You can try.
Let's take.
I mean, why not? Tickle. I'm still making a shiv.
I'm fine with you doing that. Okay. I go over and I'm gonna go over and talk to the guy.
Hey, buddy.
-2.
All right. I'm gonna talk to the guy that's hanging on the wall here. See if he can talk.
He sees you coming up and is kind of moaning a little bit.
Can you talk?
And he shakes his head.
Okay, I'll try and think of yes or no questions then.
He opens his mouth and reveals that his tongue has been cut out.
What is his manacles? What's the condition of his manacles?
Not the best, but he's making a decent amount of noise.
Does he have a long enough fingernail to use it for a pick?
No.
How much noise are we talking?
Manacle type noises and moaning type noises. He's not like exorcism level. But he's like, he sees that somebody else is in here, so he's like, and trying to like.
What? Be like, hey, I'm existing here?
Well, maybe not.
Lame.
Are you still thinking yes or no
I'm
questions?
trying to, yes.
After I recognize his condition, I walk away.
Where do you walk to?
I'm going
He's just
back
walked up and he's pacing him. So
Yeah,
like,
you
sit on
gonna
the
come make a
bed.
shiv?
the bed's been the bed's been pushed through the door. So
as I've looked at all that, I just started doing the same thing, man. I started hoarding this hay over with the bed. Why not?
Okay.
No one else wants to make a shiv?
I don't need a shiv.
I'll ask him.
Are we the only ones that you've seen here?
And he shakes his head no.
Who? I mean, have you seen a man or a woman that was here before? I guess you can't say that either. Was it a man?
Blink 42
And
times.
he shakes his head no.
It was a woman.
He nods yes.
Was it an elf?
Yes.
What did Calibar look like?
Can I reach?
Just ask him if it was Calador. He probably knows.
Was it a lady named Caladrel? Did she tell you her name?
He shrugs.
Was it recently, like a couple in the past day or so?
He nods yes.
So yes, it was.
How is this information pertinent? We don't know.
Maybe Caladrel might be able to help us.
He starts doing this with his head as best he can.
Are you motioning? Is there something to the right of to your left?
He nods yes.
Like on the bed?
He shakes his head no.
On the wall?
Why don't you just percept it?
Well, I mean, because I can't see where he's directing, so I'm trying to
So
get
far,
more
he hasn't
information
told
here.
us about it at all.
He goes like this and kind of motions down when you ask if it's on the wall.
In the corner, just kind of on the wall in the corner there?
He nods yes.
Okay, I go over to the corner and make a perception check. Well, to see if I can see anything. What do I need to do?
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and
Okay. Hey, I got a 19.
roll. That's not bad. So
Can't find our weapons to save us, but hey.
so do you see that little black dot?
I do.
You go and look at that, and what you first initially assumed to be the hole that the rats come in and out of, you look in that and you see a folded up piece of parchment.
Ooh.
So, can I reach the torch?
It's in flippin' Elvish!
You can't quite reach it.
Like it's just really out of my reach.
My ears perk
It'd
up.
be barely out of anybody's reach.
What language is this in?
It's in Draconic.
But how would you know? I mean, you can't even know that.
We have two people that know Draconic.
It goes like this. I can't understand this. Can anybody else understand this?
I don't recognize his language. Look what I found, everyone.
Now we all turn. Where'd you get that?
Where'd you get that? Our friend here on the wall. He pointed it out to me. I can't read it. I don't know what language this is. You guys want to look at it?
You might want to lower your voice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I come over and take a look at it, and then I'm like,
Oh, that's Draconic. It says, oddly enough, once spoken, I'm broken.
freedom. Straight William Wallace.
Question on this: is this like another map here, or is it just that box that I was supposed to see?
That's the exact paper actually.
Oh, the exact paper. Okay, so
It looks
there's
like
that
this.
dot. Gate door, maybe the dot. Once spoken, unbroken. Do we need to go to that corner? It does have a little.
Yeah, it seems to
break the wall.
match a few things in this room.
Oh,
You want to take a picture of it?
Oh, yeah, take a picture.
Do you want? Did you voice you wanted that torch?
What?
Did you voice that you wanted that torch?
No, you didn't.
No.
He just asked if he could reach it.
I don't know. I didn't relate. I guess that none of us could reach it. But
Yeah.
no, I didn't.
He
I
has
didn't
cantrips,
relate.
but-
Oh, that's what I thought you.
I just went over and checked it.
You just some of your branch familiar again?
What's that? No, actually, I can't. I need a long rest. But I can retrieve the torch.
We're gonna take a picture of this thing real quick so that the audience at home might be able to.
And maybe see what's
it.
going on here first.
All right. Well,
I'm thinking it's in the corner where the hay was.
Well, if you see on here, there's a point of interest. Two things. One might be a door, and the other is a dot on the wall. So
Make a perception check on those points of interest that you pointed out,
Both of us.
Jake.
I mean, both of us are looking at it.
Yeah.
Still making a shiv.
Nice.
25.
I'm wondering what the
10.
heck's going on. These
So
two guys are like hiding like thieves over there.
I said it pretty loud
he
at what I
made it loud of what he
had.
found, and I said it out loud what I read.
Too busy over there.
I
You
went-
got hay
I
on
went,
mine.
Oh wow, this is in Draconic, and then I said it out loud.
So you do recognize that as a diagram of the dungeon that you're in right now, and you'd imagine that that dot would just be kind of a point of interest, not necessarily like look here, but as a orientation helper.
So
Probably
it's
the-
oriented with where that dot is.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then
As-
these two spots are
That's probably the door.
I'd imagine so.
But then once spoken.
It seems to make logic.
Logic sense. It seems
Okay,
that that's
so
The words are probably Fusroda.
clearly where. Then I, we both relate that. I relate that to you, on my sense of what it seems to be.
It seems as though once spoken, I'm broken.
Yeah.
In that box is what is important on it.
So we've moved the hay over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I cleared it all away.
Does something look different?
Go ahead and make perception checks over there.
Gosh dang it.
Now that you're looking
Well-
for something.
How many 20s I
Would
gotta
I
roll here,
noticed
man?
anything clearing all the hay away?
I got a 3.
Gosh dang. Oh, this is
Yes,
not-
26.
Wow.
Not 20.
Well, so you've decided to join us in our.
Oh, I'm still making a shiv on the wall wherever I am.
I come over and show you this. Hey, check this out. And then passively you're like, yeah, that's what.
21.
Okay.
7.
The DC for that was 26.
Yes.
Because I rolled an 11. 26? I can't get a 26.
I can't either.
If I have a natural 20, I get 26.
Really?
Yep.
Good for you.
So very faintly, you see an outline, almost as though it's a crack, but it's very faint, in about a 5 by 5 square, in the very corner,
Top people can't get through.
on the floor.
Oh, on the
It's a 5 by
I
5
see-
square?
I relate that to everybody. I relate what I see.
So
On the
if we
floor.
put
Never
this
mind.
on the map,
Yeah.
then it's essentially this. Like that.
Cool.
Right.
But very faint on the floor.
It's on the floor, like in the middle of the floor then? Well, and you related it, yeah, so. We're talking like right in the middle of all that? Leading down?
Those lines are on the floor.
Okay.
I go back. I'm gonna go back to the guy.
Yeah, I really.
I did a
what's up?
survival check. Got a 23. Do I feel like any like airflow?
Nope.
I'm gonna go back to the guy, and on the wall there.
I start picking at the crack.
Your carefully crafted
Can I-
shiv breaks.
Because since I checked it a little bit like that then,
Feeble rib.
does it seem thin?
Like the slab
Yeah.
does not seem.
I lean forward
gonna-
and whisper.
So,
Once spoken. What is it?
Striking.
I'm broken.
Once
striking
spoken,
this
I'm
with-
broken.
With a strong
Probably in Draconic.
blow.
Oh.
Say, a dragon axe kick
Whoa, hold on.
with this.
Hold on. Listen to the riddle, though.
Once spoken, I'm broken.
Silence.
Quiet over
Oh.
You say the word silence, and nothing happens.
there. Well,
Rav moves over and stands on top of the 5x5 square and says, silence again.
Again, nothing happens.
Okay, then I look at it and go,
Once spoken, I'm broken.
Nothing.
Try it in Draconic.
Once spoken, I'm broken.
in Draconic.
Nope.
I go back. I'm gonna go back over to the guy by the wall, and say,
Hey, the lady who was here before, did she say something? Was it a phrase that she said? Or was it a phrase that she said to open that?
He shakes his head no.
Was it just one word?
He shakes his head no.
he can't say.
Hey, do you know what the phrase is?
Trying to think the best way to answer this. He shakes his head no, but then he starts making more noise with his manacles and chains. And
So it's like a pensive now?
no, it's a no. He doesn't know the phrase, but he also starts making a lot of noise, and then he stops.
The water's dropping.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying letters.
Oh, it's not gonna be
The
quiet
first
for
letter.
a while, but we're all thinking now.
I'm
so-
going to start saying letters. The letter that it begins with, let me know. A, B,
As you do that, he
C,
just keeps shaking his head
D,
no.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N,
I
O,
interrupt him again.
P,
Do you understand Draconic?
He shakes his head no.
Q, R.
Did you witness somebody putting this note there?
He
STUV.
nods.
Was it the woman?
He nods.
Was she taken by the guards?
Shakes his head no.
Did she escape
Nods yes.
through that point?
Nods yes.
Quiet?
Earth magic?
Rav's still standing in the corner.
Quiet?
Nothing
Rav.
happens.
What kind of earth magic do you know?
I don't know much earth magic.
Did you ask if she used magic?
Yeah, did it seem that she used magic?
He kind of
Like I'm not sure.
like a. Playing charades without the use of your hands is real hard.
It is.
Well, I'm more than happy to see if we can break the manacles.
Did she use the water?
He kind of nods.
If we break you down, could you assist us?
He nods yes.
I'm gonna go over and grab another rib and start filing down a pick.
Are you trained in athletics?
Yes, I am.
You can actually.
Punch. I'm gonna.
No, you can pry them.
I'm gonna try and. I'm
Oh,
gonna
no
try
way.
and pry open.
I'm
that.
trained in athletics too.
All right, so
You
we're. So
can use it. You can use it.
I'll grab one side. You grab the
Okay,
other.
we'll use the the Taroth.
Yeah, I grab one side. You grab the other.
Force
Yeah,
open.
so whatever it is, the Taroth power jet.
Where,
Taroth.
what chain are you guys trying? Are you trying on separate chains?
We're trying on separate chains.
I thought we were gonna go together.
Oh, fine. Let's go together.
All right, we'll go
Double
on the
the
one
power.
on the right side. His right side.
Okay.
Okay.
As you guys go and touch the chain, then you see that it kind of moves his arm and wrist, and he lets out kind of a scream in pain. Huh? Too bad!
This might hurt. Are you okay with that?
So-
if it gets you down.
When he lets out a scream of pain, then you notice. Are you still standing on the square? The ground around the square opens up and tries to grab you.
We're all looking at the dude.
Go ahead and make a.
Did it make us noise?
Yeah, it
So we heard
you
grumbling.
hear, and then go ahead and make a reflex saving throw.
Had to be standing on it.
25, that's a net 20.
Okay. The ground reaches out and grabs your leg, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
And it pulled him towards it.
It then releases him and goes back to normal.
The frick? Rab, you all right?
So it just like went, it like the
Yeah, it
first
went-
moved and then launched and then moved
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
The frick, it's like a lion. Once.
Is it a ditto?
What
Once
is it
spoken.
again?
Once spoken, I'm broken.
Yeah.
You yell it in pain?
No. Well, all right.
Does he calm down for a
Yeah,
second?
he calms down. He like he lets out this scream in pain. The ground opens up, and then he immediately tries to silence himself as best
Okay.
he can. And then
I look at it and I say, "This might hurt. Are you okay if it gets you down?"
and he kind of like, you see that he's like starting to tear up a little bit because it hurts just so bad. I mean, because he's been up there for a long time, and so he kind of like through the tears he kind of nods as best as he can, and he takes a couple.
Rab, I think you should move away from the block.
Guys, that thing like grabbed me. Oh, grabbed my leg. Oh.
Go ahead and make a perception check, everyone.
5. I am doing so bad.
7, nat 1.
12.
12.
17?
So you hear one of the doors coming in start to open, like you hear it being unlocked.
It's a good thing all that hay is over there.
Oh.
Punch the guy.
Well, hold up. Punch what guy? What are you?
There's a guy that's coming through the doors now, like a guard coming
Yes,
through
but
the door.
imply who are you talking
The
to?
guard. I'm.
You
Punch the
turned out
guy,
my-
manacles.
Punch the guy. What? Like, what?
Punch the guy.
Since
I
we
don't
can
know.
hear
Did
somebody,
you say that in voice? It was hard to tell.
No, that wasn't in voice.
Okay.
since we can hear somebody coming, it might be beneficial just to leave it.
That is true.
That's right.
I am.
Yeah, you're the only one that heard it.
We're all
Oh,
playing with
okay,
the dude.
well, then,
about to
I'm-
pull the manacles again.
I'm gonna relay that to the guys to shh. And someone's coming, guys.
We quiet down.
I mean,
I quiet
I immediately moved.
Quiet down like it's a slumber party.
Yeah, I moved towards the cistern, and as fast as I can, actually, I moved towards the bed near the door, and just yank it, like, hurl it away from the door.
Okay. One of the guards opens the door and looks inside, kind of looks around at everybody, and is like, "Who's that? I heard screaming.
For recording.
What'd you do?" And he kind of looks over to the guy. "Keep it down if you know it's good for you. Leave him alone." And he walks out and locks the door again.
Oh.
Well, hopefully over the course of the next week, you guys can figure out the way out.
Well, and till that time, it's D5.
Yeah, questing.
Questing Incorporated.
D5.